So now we're going to behold the night Mare. Oh, okay. Let's see. What's the tone of this song going to be like? Probably going to be some distortion going on. Distortion guitar. Let's see. Yes, distortion guitar. Oh, but it goes more mellow. Okay.
I face the phantoms in your deep Western Masuda's quiet sea. Pull down the heavens just to please you, appease you. The wind blows and I
This must be a double album. It feels long. Not in a bad way.
can't go on digging roses from your grave to linger on beyond the beyond where the willows weep and the world will sleep. You'll find me. Cars, time reflects sky and the nightmare rides on, and the nightmare rides on with a December black song, and the nightmare rides on. What I fear is lost here. The wind blows and I know.
Ah,
All you have to do is run away and steal
nice twist. Love it.
from me. Become a mystery to gaze into. You're so cruel and all you do, but still I believe.
There's that guitar.
Someday you'll come with your own eyes. You'll never take me alive. With all the force I
By the way, if you're wondering what I'm writing down here, because I'm going to be doing a lot more reviews in the channel in the upcoming years, I need to have a system kind of where what is it I'm judging? What is it I'm looking at or hearing when I listen to a song or an album? How do you break down all the little things that make an album good? And then kind of how I can score and take, well, there were strengths here, there were weakness there, and then sort of come up with a score and then rate an album. I want it to be kind of accurate and honest. But of course, there's a big difference too between like what we're doing here, you and me. If you're new to this album or not, it's a first reaction. It's all about first impressions. You know, the first time anything is always special. First time you had ice cream. First time you saw Star Wars. First time you went out and watched the stars and saw a meteorite fall at night. You know, anything is the first time is very special. That's why reaction videos are a thing. I think they're a special thing. But a review is when you've lived with the album and listened to it at least a few times, 4 or 5 times or something, or at least absorbed it, and then sort of lived with it a little bit, and then you write a review, which is like I do in my progdog.ca. That's my progdog blog. You can check it out for reviews. This album, obviously we're doing a reaction to it. I don't know if I'll do a review. Maybe I'll do it at a later date. But for now, it's a reaction. We're getting near the end. Very lovely song that was. Behold the Night Mare. Now we're going to do For Martha. So there's a handful of songs in the album where it's piano based. Most of them feel like they're guitar based, where he wrote them on guitar. That's what I'm guessing. Great variety in this album. Bare bones feel to it. I like it. There's a guest here. Sounds like a different singer, is it? If you have to go, don't say goodbye. I love that.
If you have to go, I will get by. I will follow you.
I will get by.
See you on the other side.
See you on the other side. Wow. What is this song about? So Martha passed on. She died. Oh, it's for his mother. Oh, that's perfect. Infinite loop. Perfect. That's so symbolically perfect to have that infinite loop going on there. The idea of infinity, because I certainly believe that we all have a soul and a spirit, and that we go on infinitely, and that we've never even begun. This was for his mom who passed away, and that made me kind of cry. Because I know all about sorrow. My daughter passing away 2 years ago. Okay, let's go on to the next one.
Children play beneath.
Whew. Wonder why they faded it out and he's still singing. They thought the song was too long? That's silly. They should have let the song go on. Why did they fade it out? He wasn't finished singing. I want to hear everything Billy was going to say. This song was profoundly beautiful. Maybe they had to shorten it for the album length. It says that the next track was not on the LP. It's called 17. I don't know if I want to hear it. I just feel like I think I'll just cut it out, or cut this finish now, because it's just, I got triggered for Martha, the song for Martha. You know, I feel sad for Billy losing his mother. Thankfully, my mother is still with us. My dad passed away a long time ago, though, and but I didn't cry any tears for my dad, barely at all. But I forgive him. He basically abandoned me when I was 5 years old, and I didn't see him for 20 years, and would have never saw him again had I not gone out and looked for him. And he passed away soon after I got in contact with him. So, but I forgive him, and I don't want any sorrow for that. What triggered me was thinking about my daughter, of course, because she died by suicide 2 years and a few months ago. And for 2 years, I've just been, you wouldn't know it from the outside. You might think I look pretty normal, but no. 2 years of pure hell. Just hell. Just hell. But after 2 years, the clouds kind of parted. Suddenly, I wasn't surrounded in this darkness. Suddenly it opened up, it broke through, and that was it. You know, that 2 year period of solid grief. Again, like I say, people wouldn't have known it. I kept my channel going. In fact, my channel held my sanity together. It was really nice to be able to sit here and share with all of you. So that album scores really high. Someday I'll do a proper review of it, written on my Prog Dog blog at progdog.ca. You can check it now. There's some reviews there already. It takes time to write a review, though, let me tell you. Time and focus, and that's why reaction videos are kind of easier in a way, because you just do it, you talk, and you know, I put an effort into it and thought into it. But when you're writing something, it's a completely different game. So it scores all highly in all the different categories, you know, as far as the tonality of it, the dynamics, the variety, the interesting elements. There's lots of atmosphere. It's very creative. The songwriting was not predictable. A lot of originality in Billy's writing, I think. And he goes in different directions, and it's really, you can't predict what he's going to do. He's very unpredictable as a songwriter, and I love that. And also there's lots of variety, so it holds your attention. Although sometimes eclecticism can be a negative. I don't know. It depends on what the album is, on the project. Sometimes eclecticism it stirs you up too much, you know, if it's too varied or something. But sometimes it's good. I don't know. It's what do you think? Eclecticism. This album was pretty uniform, even though there was a lot of variety. It still felt cohesive. And again, that's another element I like about an album. An album needs to feel cohesive and not like just a collection of odds and ends. And people can tell, you know, like Radiohead did some albums and people say, oh, that felt like odds and ends or whatever. And probably it literally was, whereas other albums were focused and you don't get that sense from it. So that's another thing I want to think about when you're listening to a whole album. So anyways, we'll have to skip number 17. I guess that was on the CD but not the album. But I just feel, after going through some of that emotional music there in the last two songs, which I loved, Blank Page and For Martha, really strong songs, and love those songs. But it triggered me, and I'm going to have to take a little rest now. Thanks for watching, Spiraling On. Make sure you leave some love. Consider joining the Patreon that supports the channel to start at $3 a month. Hey, you can afford $3 a month, couldn't you? Okay, Spiraling out from me and Prog Dog. Bye-bye. Oh, by the way, I just wanted to say, those other two albums you recommended, John, I'll get to them on my own time. Thanks for supporting the channel.